episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin', the podcast. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans, and this is my husband and co-host, and the more healthier of us two at the moment, Alan Evans.
Hello, I'm Alan A. Train in the house. And that's not saying a lot because we're both under the weather.
Well, we've finally determined that Alan gave me his cold.
I think the Rona got us.
But no, quit saying that. Alan gave me his cold, but I have it worse.
Yeah?
And I don't know why I can't get past it.
There is no cure for the common cold.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm going on 2 weeks now, and it's just awful.
You've been coughing so much that your head hurts.
Yes.
You were up at 2:30 last night.
I was up last night. Just the 12-hour cough syrup doesn't last maybe 6 hours with me, and it's not even a full... I don't ever have a break from the coughing.
You start hacking like the minute that cough syrup runs out after 6 hours, you start hacking.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be 12-hour.
Oh, 12 hour.
It's supposed to be. It doesn't even make it. So anyway, I'm going to try to make it through this podcast without hacking in your ear holes.
You're like Hack-a-Shack.
Oh, it's so bad. But
you're like a hacky sack.
If this lasts a couple more days, I'll probably go to the doctor.
You're like a golfer who hacks it all over the course. That's all I got. Yeah, I got 3.
Yeah, so after a couple more days of this, I'll go to the doctor. I did many years ago, and I've talked about this before. I had whooping cough. When you're an adult, you need to go back and get a booster for whooping cough. Trust me, you don't want whooping cough. It is horrible.
What does it sound like when you whoop cough?
It's just this constant chronic, and when babies get it, they can die.
Yeah.
It's very, and I can see why as an adult, because I would cough during the day, it would be bad, but at night it would get really bad because I guess the night air with the humidity or something. But I would cough so violently every night that I would vomit. And I think babies get to that point and they either choke on their vomit or you just can't catch your breath. You panic. And I coughed so hard. I thought I broke a rib, but I'd only bruised it, bruised the nerve endings around a rib. So every time I'd cough, I'd have to bend over and hold my side. It was terrible. And there's truly nothing. The doctors, they gave me prescription medications for it. And I was reading online, and in China, they call it the 100-day cough.
It's the China 100-day cough, huh?
It's called it's the whooping cough, but it's a 100-day cough. And I just read that one day, after about 3 months, you'll just wake up one day and it'll be gone. And that's exactly what happened.
Really?
After 3 months of that constant nightmare. So I strongly encourage everybody to go get a booster of the whooping cough vaccine because it's a nightmare you don't want to deal with. It was really bad.
I think one of these days we're going to wake up and these colds are going to be gone.
Oh, yeah.
And I also think after November 3rd, Corona's going to be gone.
Well, you're one of those
conspiracy
theorists.
One of those people.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Whatever will be come November 4th, right? Or maybe not. They're saying now that it might take weeks to determine the true outcome of the elections with the scandals about mail-in balloting and everything. We're not a political podcast. We're not going to get into that.
I don't know. Been talking about it a lot more lately. At least you have. You got
the air?
Yeah.
Have I?
No. Well, on the podcast, we've just mentioned it
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot, because we know it's so
every once
divisive.
Every once in a while, Slick Willie, Brother Bill Clinton, he'll come on here with us. Every once in a while.
He's not making an appearance tonight, is he?
Not tonight. Not tonight.
We're not feeling up to seeing a visit.
No, but we're not going to gyp the listener. We're not feeling 100%, but that's okay. Hey, one time in Giant Stadium, Emmitt Smith in 1995 had a separated shoulder, and they kept giving him the ball.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do tonight,
I wonder if you've ever played with a bad cough.
Yeah, he did.
I bet he did.
We're going to keep giving you the ball.
Well, listen, before we get to anything for this podcast that's new information, we have to apologize because last week, on last week's podcast, we said we're going to give you some great news. We even wrote it down so we wouldn't forget to give you that great news on last week's podcast, and we forgot.
I mean, this is coming from a couple of people who can't remember to hit the record button
Can't
sometimes.
remember squat.
I mean, I can't remember Rick.
We write stuff down and can't remember it. So we're going to just go ahead and tell you right now. We're not going to tease you. This is the good news. We meant to tell you last week. Honey, why don't you do the honors?
Okay. Well, starting the week of September 14th.
That's next week.
That's next week. You're not going to be uno a sandwich and some leaven anymore. That's one a week. You're going to be dos a sandwich and some leaven.
That's right. We're going back to 2 podcasts.
Going back to 2.
We told you we were just taking a summer hiatus, a little summer break, and we meant it. So we're going back to 2 podcasts a week starting next week.
Who gave us this good news?
Charlotte.
Well, they don't know Charlotte. Who would they know that would give us this good news?
Well, I guess it'd be El Presidente Sean, unless you want to work on your Charlotte impersonation.
Charlotte's so nice. I don't have an impersonation for Charlotte. El Presidente is nice too. He's just a very imitable character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work on your Charlotte, and you can get back to them on that.
Well, yeah,
but Charlotte said we're now, green light. You ready to go back?
Green
to 2?
light.
And so we're going to do that. So thank y'all for giving us just, not that we really needed a break, but it was nice to have just kind of a little, change of pace there.
Well, over the summer, everyone's busy doing stuff. And hey, Labor Day's over. This is the official start or end of summer. Labor Day's over. Going into fall. They're going to have a lot more entertainment options available to them. One of them is twice a week, a sandwich and some leaven.
That's right. So starting next week. So thank y'all. And I apologize again for us forgetting to tell you last week. But I guess we were just so excited because we were getting ready to pack up and head to Broken Bow, Oklahoma for the first time. And we had that on the brain, and we had a wonderful time. We'll go through all of that. Also, we had a listener, a podcast family member, who suggested a new bit for our show.
Yeah, our friend Andrea, who we've broken bread with, had cocktails with.
We met Andrea at the premiere of Allen's movie.
Yes, and she invited us out the other night.
What was the movie called that you did?
Oh, the University of Las Colinas.
University of Las Colinas. She actually came to the screening of that.
Came to the premiere.
She and her husband. It was really nice.
With her husband, Big Strong Trey.
And y'all don't, when we say we love our podcast family members, we really mean that. And we love hanging out with y'all when we can. And we actually met Andrea and her husband. We went out, met them for some drinks and appetizers one night.
Yep.
So, hey, it's that easy to be friends with us.
So anyway, Andrea sent me a note and said, hey, I got an idea. Why don't y'all do a new bit? Not really a bit, but maybe a segment about things that you like, but it's not an ad. So call it like hashtag not an ad.
Yeah, because you say that a lot.
I do. Oh, here she goes. Here she goes. Somebody hit the cough button.
Sorry.
I wonder what I can do when you...
I tooted.
Can I hit?
Sorry about
Can I
that.
hit that one?
It just hits me out of nowhere.
What about this one?
Oh, girl, you gotta hang out with me and get some
Yeah.
I
sausage.
can't hear anything.
How
I don't
about
know
this
what you're
one?
doing.
I am Kelly.
I'm trying to come up with something when you're doing Hack-a-Shack that I can play.
Well, how about just me hacking? That's a sound effect.
Just
anyway,
just you hacking?
whenever Alan and I talk about something and we're not being paid to talk about it, Alan will often say hashtag not an ad. And she thought, people are often asking me if I talk about certain products, and people are always asking me to do like a skincare because people, say my skin looks pretty good. And I'll be honest, a lot of it is hereditary and staying out of the sun. But, I can share my skincare ideas and some products that I love. And same for you. You have some things that you love.
Yeah.
So thank you to Andrea for that idea. We're going to start a new bit called hashtag not
We're
an
going
ad.
to try it tonight.
And I don't think Alan has any Kelly claps back. I think this is maybe 2 weeks in a row.
I think I'm just numb to it now. They happen all the time, guys, but I'm so numb to it that I just kind of, I'm shell shocked sometimes. Sometimes you just look at me and it's just like the lights are on, but nobody's home,
I guess.
I've just heard so much of it.
Maybe. Or maybe I need to step up my game.
I think you need to
Give
step
you
up.
something
No,
more
you-
notable to make part of Kelly claps back.
Yeah.
So we're going to replace that this week with hashtag not an ad.
Oh, okay.
And we also have some tidbit news to get to.
Oh, we
So
do?
we do have a lot.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, we do
okay.
have a lot to get to this week.
Okay,
But first
well,
of
good.
all, we want to tell you, with things going on, the pandemic, a lot of things have changed. But you know what? Business is starting to pick back up for a lot of people. Doors are opening and, people are needing to hire employees, which is great. We're excited about that. But if you're in the position of being the one hiring, it can be a little daunting. My parents used to own their own retail business, and I saw what they went through with people just coming through the doors a lot of times. Just sign my paper just so I can get my, my assistants or whatever.
Oh,
They went
yeah.
through that. People not really looking for a job to people who
They weren't
maybe,
serious.
They weren't serious. Or maybe people who were truly overqualified for the job, and they might stick around for a week or two and then say, this isn't for me, and they're out of there, and then you're stuck back at square one again. So finding the right candidate for the job you're trying to fill, it can be an overwhelming task. And Monica Starks, she could relate. She needed to hire for this real pivotal role at her construction company, GS Group. But she was having a tough time finding that perfect person, especially with so many candidates out there. So she switched to ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter.
Yes. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its technology identifies people with the right experience for your job and actively invites them to apply, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich.
And that's how Monica found Lamont Jenkins, babe. She said ZipRecruiter sent Lamont's profile to her around 5 minutes after she posted her job because he was such a great match for the role. How about that? So through ZipRecruiter, Monica's company has hired everyone from accountants to project managers to field scientists, but Monica's not the only employer who loves ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So see for yourself how ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. Try it now for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. SANDWICH. ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich.
That was a tag team effort right there. Thank you, babe.
You were like
I was failing.
you were like Sergeant Slaughter, and I was like Andre the Giant. You
Yeah.
you slapped my hand, and I came in there and just
Tag team.
I went in there and just gave somebody the atomic drop.
Thank you. I guess that would be me.
With the opponent.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're all friends here. And let's talk about our fabulous weekend in Broken Bow, Oklahoma.
That was fabulous. It was I didn't know what to expect,
I'd never been.
but it was way what's the right word?
It exceeded every expectation.
There you go. That's why you're a regional radio star, babe. It exceeded all expectations.
Yeah.
It did. It really did. It
We
was
took our 2 boys, Emma Kelly and our daughter, and 2 of her friends. Emma Kelly has 2 best friends right now. You know how teenage girls cycle in and out. Like
doesn't
Pat.
best mean one?
Well, she can't choose.
Oh.
And why should she have to?
Because that would be best and better.
She said, Mom, please don't make me choose just one girlfriend I can bring. So Alan and I talked about it, and we let her bring 2, which was great because we really enjoy her friends. They're a lot of fun,
yeah,
right?
nice girls. Very nice girls.
Up for anything, like real fearless. So it was a lot of fun. But Alan and I were very lucky. We got to stay in a cabin called Rust Bucket. And one of our listeners who actually grew up listening to me on the Kid Craddock Morning Show.
National Syndicated.
She and her husband, Courtney and Aaron, and their son Grayson. Grayson actually is the one that named this house. They built it, they designed it and everything. And they have this company called 10 Star and Company, which does beautiful furniture and things like that. And Courtney, not a professionally trained decorator, she didn't go to school for it like I attempted to do, just has incredible taste and decorated that entire house.
Now,
and it was just the thought and the detail that went into everything in that house. It's a luxury cabin rental. This is not roughing it.
Now, you know your husband knows a little bit about decorating. I mean, I have
Nowhere near Courtney.
I have some hot sports opinions on decorating.
Yeah.
I know more than the average
You
dude.
do.
I'm kind of a modern man when it comes to decorating. I was blown away. I
The
was like,
attention
who,
to detail.
Who did this? Like, did she do this?
Because if I was going to have a house that I knew people were going to rent from me, I grew up outside of the Myrtle Beach area in South Carolina.
South
and
Kakalaki.
I've been to rental properties there where people just put in the cheap furniture that you know is going to get destroyed, the plastic dishware, maybe some coffee mugs, nothing matches, cheap, silverware you get at Walmart, which is fine because it's just going to be used by, people that you don't know that are just going to come and destroy it all anyway. When I tell you that just everything in this house was incredible.
And it wasn't like you think sometimes of a cabin. You think, there's going to be a bunch of dead animals hanging everywhere, and it's going to be super, super country. And
they had some cute little knick-knack things.
Yeah,
that
they
for
had some
camping.
cute stuff, but it seemed
Tasteful.
very tasteful, very, very tasteful. I told Kelly, I said, I would live here in
Absolutely.
a minute. I would
In fact,
live here in a minute.
Our youngest son said, why don't you buy it?
Can we buy
Can we
it?
buy it? Because it was so great. But,
Yeah.
just like,
Sleeps 18.
we needed, Alan's like, let's make pancakes. There was a griddle. Let's just do this. There was, graters and sifters, and there was a 12-cup Keurig, and just everything you could possibly want in a gourmet kitchen. And then this, the mattresses we slept on, it was like better than what we sleep on at home.
Mm-hmm.
Alan fell in love.
What happened
with
to
the laundry
sleep experts?
Well, I need to get a better mattress.
Oh, okay.
And because the one we slept on, we can get from Sleep Experts, I'm sure. And Alan was even like, the smell of the laundry detergent. I had to call Courtney and say, could you please tell me what fragrance of your laundry detergent
Seriously,
you use? Because Alan cannot stop talking
I got a shower
about how your towels smell.
and grabbed one of these towels, and it was perfumed just right.
It's Gain Fireworks, if anybody's
Well, then
familiar.
get me some Gain fireworks.
I'd never heard of fireworks, but it's Gain Fireworks. So there you go, if anybody wants to use it. But just the property they had, we didn't ever had to leave because there was a creek in the backyard. The kids would go out fishing, a creek, and it was just, people would come over from across the street. This man came over and said, do y'all mind if because this is actually just the most beautiful little stretch of creek. And these little boys were out there fishing from across the street. A man came and brought his dog because he liked to go swimming in it. And our kids just went walking in the creek. See, I didn't want you to correct me yet again. And just exploring. And it was just so awesome.
But the cabin had outside, this backyard was beautiful where the creek was. There was a fire pit with all these chairs, or big wooden chairs around it.
And Alan, it
God.
had rained the night before we got there. So Alan's out there. I am tearing apart every piece of cardboard. I'm dumping out, we had, breakfast muffins. I'm dumping out the muffins so he can tear up the cardboard and try to use it as fire starter. He's out there for an hour trying to get this fire started. As we're packing to leave, I noticed we brought stuff to make s'mores, and Courtney was nice enough to leave us a thing of s'mores, but we brought our own, so I didn't look at her arrangement. In the back of it was fire starter.
Yeah.
The whole time Alan's out there using ripped up cardboard from everything I could find.
But you know what? I still didn't have matches. I had to run out and buy 3. I went to the little general store down the road. They were out of the long lighters. They were out of matches. So all they had left were
I guarantee you they were in that
cigarette
bowl.
lighters.
I guarantee you they were in that bowl.
So I started that son of a gun with Bic cigarette lighters, pine needles, and like Kelly said, cardboard from like the honey buns that we ate that morning.
And she had it sitting right there.
Finally got that sucker started. So the kids were able to do smalls and that's how Dylan says s'mores. Smalls and I roasted a few weenies on the fire.
Yeah, but
man,
we had a ball.
That sucker put out some heat.
And Alan, there's stuff to do outdoors and indoors. They have a huge game room with it's not shuffleboard. What do you call it? Is it called shuffleboard? Mm-hmm. That you play, like they had that, and they had a big poker table and poker chips. And Alan decided he was going to teach the boys how to play poker. Now they are 12 and 7.
Well, Cole didn't play. Dylan was the big.
Cole, he sat there with you for a while and tried to learn.
Did he?
Yeah, I took a picture of him with his poker face and posted it.
Okay, I thought it was just me, you, and Dylan in there. But anyway,
it was 2 nights you played poker.
Okay, so I taught Dylan. Dylan picked it up really fast.
I'd never played before either, and Dylan wiped me out.
In fact, we Kelly and Dylan and I were sitting around playing poker. We're just playing basic 5-card poker, and Dylan gets his cards, and he wants 2 more, and he's looking at his hand. And he's trying to keep a poker face. And he pushes all his chips in. And
we're like, he doesn't know what he's doing.
He did the bit. He stood up and pushed all his chips in. And Kelly and I are looking at each other like, because I had taught him before you got in there, I said there's a thing called bluffing in poker, where sometimes you can, push all your chips in or do a really big bet even though you got nothing, And he picked that up fast. So he pushes all his chips in. And Kelly and I are looking at each other like, okay,
I'm like,
whatever.
All right.
I had nothing, so I folded. And then Kelly
I had like a pair of queens or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Kelly had, I guess, a pair, but he had already taken a bunch of your chips. So you pushed in everything you had, and then you guys laid down your 2 queens. That little sucker laid down a full house.
Wiped me out.
So he knew that he had a huge hand, so he went all in and wiped you out. And then he does the bit where he puts his arms around the chips.
It's hard to be mad at him. He's so cute.
And scoops them in.
But I'm still a very poor loser, so I didn't take my chips.
Yeah.
I had no chips to take, but I went to bed.
Yeah, Kelly just got up and left the table.
We also taught our 7-year-old how to chug. This was this was inappropriate on so many levels.
Well, I didn't teach him. The girls
You were
taught
right
him.
there,
I was
too.
like, what is going on?
Dylan likes to make his own root beer. There are these little packets you can get of A&W. I don't know why he thinks it's just a really cool thing to do. Instead of drinking regular A&W, he likes to make it. It's these flavor packets you can add to water. So I made him a glass of it. He loves it. And he started drinking it, and he was drinking it fast. And so the girl started saying, chug, 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 chug. And so Dylan chugs his root beer.
Mm-hmm.
This is setting him up for a lifetime. It was just like, I was like, this is wrong on some level, right?
It was a little disturbing.
It was a little disturbing. So we taught a 7-year-old to chug and play poker.
And then he said, my head hurts.
Yeah.
Because I guess it was cold.
Wait till it's beer one day.
Well, he's not going to
be hurting.
He's not going to be doing that for a while.
For a while. I said one day.
Yeah.
But it was a huge success. We had a great time. We went, I except for the time I almost killed the same 7-year-old.
Oh, we'll tell that story in a second. And we caught a bunch of fish.
Oh my gosh.
We caught a bunch of fish in the creek. I was helping the boys. I was basically the guide, which is fine. They were having a hard time casting because, I bought a Spider-Man fishing rod, and we had this other little tiny one. And
were you proud of me?
Kelly is she's kind of the on the down low good fisherman though. Fisherwoman, fisher
when I was a
person.
little girl, my father had a boat that he shared with another family. I don't know who the other family was. I'm just a little kid. I just know every once in a while we got this boat we could use. And he would rent a house down at Santee, Lake Santee. And we go down there and I would fish. And I didn't think anything of it. I would bait my own hook with these little squiggly worms. I was good at it, but I think because I was a kid but as I got older, suddenly that became gross to me and I stopped doing it. But man, I still don't want to bait my own hook. I have a husband for that now, but that casting came right back.
It did. I was really impressed. Kelly casted one out there. I was kind of making fun of her. I said, all right, Bill Dance, let's see what you got. And she was like, all right.
Yeah, I did good.
Threw that sucker right out there.
I told Alan even, I said it might be time for the two of us to go on a fishing date together.
She said that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You want to go do something outdoorsy with me? Really?
It'd be fun.
You know what I'd love to do someday? Is roll an RV up there to Broken Bow. That'd be fun.
Why would we do that when there's a luxury cabin?
Well, that's true. Hey, we may not always get to use that luxury cabin, though.
That's true.
I know. It was nice that we got to use it. So if we don't get to use it, then we could do the RV.
All right.
Or,
we'll get there. We'll talk about that later.
After you've been in the rust bucket, an RV doesn't sound too appetizing, does it?
No.
Why don't we do a little bit of that, and then we'll tell everybody how you almost killed me and Dylan.
It was an accident, but that's how things happen.
Yes.
Right? All right. So we're going to talk about this new podcast sponsor we're really excited about. Jenny Kane. I saw the first time I saw their commercial on TV, I was like, ooh, I'm loving this vibe. I was like, oh, I'm going to go look up this website right now. It was so pretty. But Jenny Kane's recipe for home and wardrobe, you combine 1 part effortless style with 2 parts comfort, add a dash of refined simplicity, mix well, and serve year round.
Wow.
That's fancy, right?
Yeah, it
Somebody
is.
went to all the trouble of writing that, so I was going to read it. I thought it sounded really good.
Sounds great.
But anyway, here's the thing. It's got those classic pieces, those layering pieces. If you have like a uniform that you wear, like me, I have a winter uniform. It's like that comfy pair of jeans, that comfy shirt, that comfy sweater, and then you layer on top of that. That's what Jenny Kane is. It's those comfortable pieces that you can wear year round. Now, it all started with the mule. Whenever I wear my mules, I get so many compliments. Where'd you get those mules? Where'd you get those? Well, Jenny Kane has the classic mule in leather, suede, shearling, and more. Like I said, it's the classic shoe that started it all. It's just chic. It's elegant. It's a flat. It's comfy, and you will love it. It makes you look kind of put together in an instant. Also, the sweaters at Jenny Kane, they're made from cashmere to cotton, cozy for year-round wear, because sometimes, I know in the Texas heat, today it dipped down into the 70s after the rain.
Chilly.
You should have seen the people. I went to go get to take out tonight because I was like, I'm not cooking. People were wearing their sweaters and their big parkas already.
Hats.
So it's sweater weather in Texas when it gets down like that. And that's these ultra soft, lightweight sweaters you get with Jenny Kane. It's always sweater weather. It pairs perfectly with weekends or work days, warm weather or cool. Now, Alan, you got a really cool sweater.
I got a cashmere
it's
sweater.
Men's stuff too.
Yeah, and it's really nice. It's navy. So that goes with everything.
Yeah.
And I'm a basics guy. I like things that are nice, that I can wear for years,
Quality.
that never go out of style. And that's what this cashmere sweater is.
Yeah, it's like the quality pieces, not the trendy stuff. It's the quality staples that you're going to wear for years to come. And they always look good and they're always in style. And Jenny Kane makes getting dressed the easiest part of your routine. So go to jennykane.com right now and check it out.
Yeah, and get 20% off your first order when you use the code SANDWICH at checkout. So go to jennykane.com. That's JENNIKAYNE.com, promo code SANDWICH.
They also have furniture there too.
That's nice stuff.
It's just like that classic stuff. It's got like that cool vibe that you see that you want to have in your life.
And that's
Jenny
what,
Kane.
hey, that's like us. Cool vibe, and you want to have us in your life.
Timeless.
Yes.
All right. Now tell everybody how I almost killed you.
Oh, so one of the most fun things we did over the weekend in Broken Bow was we rented a pontoon boat. And we took the girls. So we had 3 girls, the 2 boys with us, and Kelly and I. And it was a beautiful evening. We rented it at 5 in the afternoon. And, the sun was kind of going down.
It's still warm.
Yeah, it was still warm, but not hot. It was just perfect.
And the water temperature, excellent.
Water was, I don't know what the temperature was. It had to be like 85 or something.
It wasn't cold. It was
wasn't cold at all, yeah. So we also rented a tube with this pontoon boat, and we puttered around, and I pulled the kids around on the tube. Kelly didn't do the tube, but that's okay. I pulled the kids around forever. And then I wanted Kelly to drive the boat so I could do the tube. Okay, so I kind of showed her. I think one of the kids got back there, and Kelly was sitting in the seat, but I was still kind of operating the controls.
I'm like, I got it.
Yeah, she said, she got it.
I used to drive a boat when I was a kid. I got it.
And I'm like, okay, who wants to go with me? Dylan, he's all in. He's like, Daddy, I want to go. I'm like, okay. So you and I are going to go on the tube, and then Kelly is going to drive. He's like, okay. So I jump in. Dilly jumps in the water, and we have our life jackets on, and we get on the tube. And the tube is about, I'd say, 10 feet from the boat. And I said, okay, we're ready. And I'm thinking that what Kelly is going to do now is what I did when I was towing everybody, and that's just to move forward really slow and get the slack out of the line. Okay, just kind of just move forward and get the slack out of the line between the boat and the tube. That's what I thought she was going to do. But when I said, okay, we're good, Kelly goes, hammer down. The hammer down, and the boat, the nose goes up in the air, and it's like away from us. And I'm like,
give you a ride of your life.
I'm like, Dylan, oh no. And I can see the rope going, it's like unwinding. And it's whipping, and I said, Dylan, this isn't going to be good. Hold on, buddy. He's like, what? And right when he went, what? The rope goes, pow! Oh, no. It goes out of the water like pow, straight, and then I can barely hang onto the tube. And Dylan goes flying off the back of the tube, but I grabbed his arm.
Oh, no.
So I'm holding onto the tube with one arm.
And this is all being videoed, by the way, by one of the girls in the boat.
And if you go to my Instagram, you can see the video of this. And I couldn't hear anything on the boat, but you can hear the girls go, whoa, whoa. And then another one goes, whoa. You can hear 3 of them, whoa. And then I'm holding on to Dylan, and then I'm like pulling him up. And I'm thinking, surely Kelly is going to look back and see this.
I was trying to make sure I knew where I was going. I didn't want to hit any boats ahead of me.
She couldn't have cared less about, or is it couldn't have cared less? Could not have cared less about who was behind her.
No, I didn't want to run into anybody
Right.
ahead of me.
You had miles of open lake.
So I finally said, "Is everybody okay back there?" And they said, "They're fine now." I almost knocked back.
Oh, my
but
gosh.
Everybody's wearing a life jacket. It would have been fine.
You want to see the video? Go to my Instagram at the Alonzo 1971, and you can see, like, you can't see,
Well-
you can barely see me and Dylan, but you can see that rope unwind, and then it goes pow.
Here's the problem. That wasn't the first Alan, because before Alan and Dylan got on, when Alan was showing me how to ride the boat, Cole and Emma Kelly were on the tube, and I was going too slow, and it made them go underwater, and they were inhaling water and like, "We don't want to do this anymore. This is terrible. You almost killed us." So I was like, oh, I was going too slow. So I was going to rectify the situation and just take off. And then after that, I got it. I was good after that.
Yeah, you just gotta get the line tight and then hit
I
it.
get it now.
Right.
I get it now.
Because Kelly drugged poor Emma Kelly and Cole. They ate water for probably 100 yards.
Yeah. My daughter.
And then they're like, "Let me off of this. I don't want to do this anymore." Why did the
know.
water go? Why did we go underwater?
You know, my daughter's almost 14. She'll be 14 in October. And no matter what, she does the opposite of whatever. Whatever we're doing, she does the opposite. Whatever I say, she's going to do the opposite.
For instance, if it's 100 degrees outside and we're going to the lake,
She wore a turtleneck, a sweater vest, and jeans to the lake to go tubing. And I'm telling her and of course, "Mom, just stop. I was like, Emma Kelly, go put on a bathing suit underneath, shorts and a t-shirt. I'm not going to go tubing. I don't want to. Emma Kelly, you might change your mind. And even the other girls were like, "Oh, sure." Everybody, all these girls were suddenly, for some reason, we're not really sure, except for Ava. Ava's like, "I'll do anything."
Ava's all
a
in.
go-getter. But McKenna's like, "I'm not really sure." I was like, "Look, just put on a bathing suit and put clothes over it. Even if you don't want to go in the water, on a boat, you might get splashed. You just want to just have a bathing suit on. It's just better to be safe than sorry." McKenna and Ava listened to me. Emma Kelly did not. She literally shows up in a turtleneck, a sweater vest, and long black jeans. And then she gets out there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go tubing.
Very emo.
So thankfully, the girls, because they had layered, shorts over bathing
So now
suits,
she has to borrow the girls'
She borrowed
stuff.
a shorts and a shirt so she could go tubing. So there was that. And then I go upstairs and I'm trying, I miss, I want them to hang out and tell me stuff and giggle and talk about certain things, So I go up there to kind of hang out with the girls and like, "What are y'all doing? What are you doing?" And of course, anytime I come in the room, McKelly's like, "Ugh."
Mm-hmm.
But I think her friends kind of like me.
Yeah.
I think they kind of like me.
Her friends are
They seem like they're not annoyed by
very
me.
personable, and no, they never seem beaten down. Not when
right.
we're.
But Emma Kelly is like, "Oh my God, I'm so awful."
Yeah.
So I go up and I sit down and I'm like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And Emma Kelly has glasses and she had them off, and there's a pillow sitting on the floor and she had her glasses right underneath the pillow. I said, "Emma Kelly, pick up your glasses." I said, "Somebody's going to step on them and break them." "Ugh, Mom." Now, granted, I should have picked them up, right? But I'm just like, she's got to learn.
They're not your glasses.
They're not my glasses. "Emma Kelly, you need to pick up your sweaters." Okay. And I was just gathering like wet towels to do a load of laundry at that point. I was like, "Okay, well, don't forget to pick up your glasses." Not 5 minutes later, crunch. Ava steps on the pillow, glasses underneath, destroys the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, now Emma Kelly's mad at Ava. I'm like, "Why are you mad at Ava? Ava, I told you to pick up the glasses." And then again, I'm mad at me. I should have picked up the glasses.
And she can't see her hand in front of her face without those glasses.
No matter what, it's just the opposite, right?
Yeah.
So then we went to the go-kart race, and she's like, "I can't go go-karting because I can't see." I'm like, "Okay, you stand there and everybody else can go-kart." It's one of those things. But, I can't be too mad at her because I was that kid too. I was telling Alan when I was about her age, I was scared of a lot of things. I wasn't fearless. I wish I had more of Ava in me because Ava's like, "I'm up for it." But my friends would have to force me to do things like to go on roller coasters that went upside down. They would pinch me the whole way. And then once I'd go, I loved it. But, so she gets it from her mama.
Ava was in that creek with the boys. They were,
Oh, man.
they were
she's
catching,
I love her.
catching minnows, and they said, "We found a shrimp," and I was like, "A shrimp?" And I went over there. It was a crawdad.
Yeah.
Yeah. and they were in there fishing around with stuff with those nets. And the last day she was sitting on a little stump by herself, and
Because the girls didn't want to do that outdoorsy stuff all
yeah,
the
and
time.
I was fishing with the boys, and I walked over to her and I said, "Hey, you want to fish with us?" And I said, "Where are the girls?" And she said, "Oh, they're up on their phones." And I said, "Oh, okay, well, come fish with us." And she came over, and she was real happy fishing with the boys. So
Yeah.
I think everybody had a good time.
She did. We went to the go-kart track too, and Ava, man, she got behind that wheel. She was she hit one dad cut her off, and she bumped him, spun him out. They had to stop the whole track down because Ava, like the Terminator out there, she's just taking them all down. And little Cole, I posted the video. Cole was like so cautious. He's like, I'm not any good at this. He was going about 5 miles an hour around that track. It was so cute. But we had a great time. So thank you to Courtney and Aaron and Grayson for, allowing us to stay in your beautiful home, the Rust Bucket. If anybody's ever interested, you could just Google Rust Bucket in Broken Bow, and it'll come up, and you'll see the beautiful place where we got to stay. And they have a bunch of cabins that they actually rent out.
Yeah, and if you want to see them, you can go to 10starco.com. That's their website, and their Instagram is at 10starco.
Yeah, we appreciate it very much. So anyway, that kind of was this, Labor Day weekend kind of wrapped up summer for a lot of people. I was reading about, some online stuff that we read, because I have to do a lot of show prep for the Kidcratic Morning Show. And they said a new poll found that just 16% of Americans described this summer as a good one. Because let's be honest, this has been a pretty crummy summer for a lot of people. We didn't get to go on our vacation because we were going to go to Mexico, and decided, we had to make a decision pretty early on. Are we going to go for it? We didn't know what was going to happen, with the shutdowns and the travel restrictions, so we canceled our trip. And about 3 times as many people have described this as the worst summer ever.
Yeah, I mean, June, July, August, we just didn't do anything.
Nothing.
We just stayed inside and tried to find things to do with the kids when we had them.
Yeah, and home projects. I mean, we've
lots of home
what else can we do?
Yeah, a lot of yard stuff.
And working from home. I was supposed to go back to work at the office yesterday, the day after Labor Day, and my boss said, nope, we're going to stay home a little while longer. I'm like,
Amen.
God knows. I like working there are a lot of pros to working at home. I get to sleep in as late as possible. I mean, the very last minute.
Yeah.
Today I did the show
Amen.
in my pajamas because I slept in a t-shirt. I'm like, nobody knows this is my pajamas. I did the show in my pajamas without a bra.
Hey, Kelly, you want to go to Bluefish? Amen.
Yeah, I can't do that because I don't go in the office. But anyway, we do need to get back to regular routine. But they said that, once the pandemic is over, a lot of people are going to be shifting to remote working permanently. And I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, a lot of people that have these big companies, they're going to now have to get smaller office spaces because with everybody working at home, we don't need all this overhead. It's going to save people a lot of money. I mean, where we live, we have to pay a lot of tolls, and our toll tag bill has gone to nothing.
I'm kind of old school on this, though. As far as remote working, like I get some jobs you can do that. Some jobs you can remote work, and it's fine.
Sales jobs.
You never have to go into the office. You never have to see anybody. There are some jobs that you can remote work, and it's fine. There are other jobs where I think you've got to be with your teammates, and you've got to be with people.
You need that.
You've got to have
like in the
face-to-face.
radio, we can continue to do it from home. Alan and I have always done our podcast from home, but it does, I think, the chemistry, because Alan and I are in the same room together.
But can you imagine us doing a podcast where I'm somewhere and you're somewhere else, and we're on the phone? It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work long term.
Long term.
So I'm looking forward to getting back in the same room with everybody.
Same with the school. Like, my hot sports opinion on that is the online school is, I don't know. That's tough.
I don't know either. It's
I don't know that the kids get everything out of that, but there's just not, like we've said it before, there's not one solution right now that's good for everybody. The kids that are going in, their classes are smaller. My kids are going in now.
Yeah.
They're going into the classroom now. So Cole goes in a classroom. He wears a mask all day. He's in a classroom with like 7 or 8 other kids,
Yeah, and I just, my
I don't
daughter,
know.
I was going to send her back I was. And at her school, they said about half went back and half stayed remote.
Same at the boys' school, yeah.
And it was literally 50-50. And they sent out like just a couple of days before school went back, all the restrictions they were going to have to go through. They were going to have to wear masks all day. And Emma Kelly wears glasses. And she's like, Mom, when I wear a mask, my glasses stay foggy all day long. It's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And, for me, just being in a grocery store for 30 minutes with a mask, by the time I get out, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get this thing off. Imagine sitting 8 hours in school wearing a mask all day.
I know, that's a whooping.
And they're having to, disinfect everything. They had assigned lunch seating where she had to sit in the same place every day. Then you had to clean your own space. And she's like, Mom, can I please just let me stay home this first 9 weeks? So I went ahead and decided, I wanted her to go back. I did. I wanted her to be back around, people with face-to-face. But we talked about it, and she's going to stay home for the first 9 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll reevaluate after that.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's situation is different. Not everybody can have a child at home by themselves.
Right.
Some people are working at home. Some people have to go in. That's just the way it is.
And people, a lot of people rely on the school breakfast and lunch programs. A lot of people who do have to work relied on it for basically you hate to say it, but the child care. What are you going to do with your kid all day? They can't, 6 and 7 year olds can't stay home by themselves.
No.
So anyway, it's, I'm glad to see some little glimmer of normalcy coming back. But I was reading some things about, with the pandemic, some interesting things have happened. The demand for nude maids has gone up during the pandemic.
Wait a minute. What? Nude maids?
I've heard of this before, where you could hire naked house cleaners to come to your house.
Oh, come on.
You've never heard of that?
Well,
You've heard of it.
Seen it in videos, but that was
apparently
all
it's a real
acting.
thing.
Yeah, this is a real thing.
They said, if you're working, like if you're home and the housekeeper comes while you're at the office, and then she has a key, she lets herself in, she cleans, and she's gone. Why would she need to be naked unless you just want to watch her on the home camera, I guess? But they said with all the people working from home now, there's a bigger demand for nude cleaning services. Where do you even go to find them? Do you just Google it?
Nude maids, huh?
Yeah.
Would we be here if the nude maid was here?
Well, that's the point. If you're home,
that would be awkward.
Well, I think the whole point is, I don't know. Is there something sexy about watching somebody bent over scrubbing something? I don't know.
I'd be doing a lot of bits with the nude maid, babe.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a good thing.
A week.
Hey, can you mind going over there behind that couch? I think there's some dog toys back there. I'm just going to be around the corner here. Don't worry about me.
Oh my God.
God.
Another interesting thing about the pandemic, because a lot of people didn't go on summer vacations, and your sister and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, they're actually doing something which is really, I told her, this is a genius thing.
And shout out to Amanda Evans-Wittenberg. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Amanda.
Today.
So because she's a stay-at-home mom and her kids are being homeschooled, they chose remote learning, and her husband's in a sales job and he can work remotely. They have decided to pack up and go to Colorado for a month because the kids can do their school from anywhere.
Yeah.
Isn't that genius?
It is genius.
So they're going to cooler temperatures where they're going to see the change of leaves, maybe even a little snow, because Alan was seeing it's already been snowing in Aspen. I don't think they're going anywhere near Aspen.
I think they're going to Snowmass.
But isn't that the coolest idea? If you can swing it.
That's where we went for that wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's outside of Aspen.
Yeah, outside of Aspen.
So anyway, there you go. A lot of people, they said, are doing that. Since they're having to be at home, the kids are at home, they're just going somewhere else. They're not vacationing. They're just living in a different area.
That's why, you know what? We could pack up an RV with all this radio equipment.
We could.
And you could do the show from an RV.
We could. Another thing about the pandemic, I found all these little pandemic tidbits.
This is pandemic tidbit news.
It's led to a major plastic surgery boom.
Really?
Doctors say people are getting surgery now because They don't have any place
They
to go.
don't have to go in. Yeah.
And they have time to stay home and heal. A lot of times people do it over like their Christmas break or something because that's when they're usually, and then you end up ruining the holidays because you're bandaged up or whatever. But that's when I have my biggest break. So, I'm like, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my spider veins done again.
Really?
Yeah.
When are you doing that?
I think I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Does it say what the main types are that people are getting?
No, well, people get boob jobs and mommy makeovers, I think, a lot.
Oh.
Because you need to be, with boob jobs, you can go back to work. You just can't do any heavy lifting. But with the tummy tuck, you're out. You're down for the count for a couple weeks. But spider veins is just injections, but you have like these big red splotches for a while, and you're supposed to wear orthopedic, like pantyhose. I think they're called orthopedic.
Yeah.
Heavy industrial pantyhose. So if you're going to be wearing shorts and stuff, it's not really great, but it's a good time for me to do that. So I might go ahead and do that since we don't have anywhere to go.
Is there anything I need to get done?
What would you get done?
I don't know. I mean,
Have you ever thought of plastic surgery ever?
bags fly free on Southwest. That's why I've never done anything under my eyes because I can just check them in for free.
You think you have baggy eyes?
Nah, I don't care. At this point, I don't care.
Well, you should care.
I don't care.
I got to look at it.
Well, you said something the other day. I don't care. What was it? You said something.
Was it a Kelly's clapback?
Yeah,
and
it
you
was
forgot to write
a
it down?
clapback about your appearance, and you just basically
My appearance?
Yes, you basically just mailed it in and said, I don't care. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, Alan's favorite thing to call me lately is Bonnaroo. And at first it didn't bother me, but now I'm like, okay, I'm over the Bonnaroo thing. Because Bonnaroo, it to me implies you're calling me dirty.
What should I come up with something else? Like,
well, just Bonnaroo is like dirty to me.
What's that one?
It's like a music festival. There's a lot of these really pretty Instagram models that go to music festivals
wearing sundresses.
Well, that ain't what I'm doing. And they've got all the filters and the pretty hats, and they're looking over their shoulders,
beaded headbands.
And then there's the other girl that goes to the music festival who, wears the same T-shirt for 3 days and sleeps in her car and doesn't shower. She just kind of takes a bird bath whenever she can find a mud puddle.
And the bottoms of her feet are brown.
That's what he's talking about, me being that version of Bonnaroo. So
What's the one in California? Burning Man.
No, the Coachella.
Coachella and Burning Man. They're both in
Yeah.
California, right?
I don't think Burning Man is.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been. And then the one in
Coachella's
Austin.
in
I've been to the one in Austin. What's that one in Austin? Austin.
Fun. I went to in Austin. That was horrible.
No,
that
not
was the worst.
Not fun.
There's another one.
ACL.
In Austin. Yeah. I went to one called the Fun Festival, and it was not fun. That was mislabeled. It was awful. I'm not a music festival person. I know that's shocking to a lot of people, but I don't do drugs. And a lot of the music they're playing, I like pop music.
Well, I don't do drugs either, but I had fun at a music festival.
I like pop music. I'm unashamed in my love for boy bands and
Someone
like
gave
poppy stuff.
Someone gave me a cookie.
So all these bands that are playing where they're, I don't know what they're playing, and it's not my type of music. And I go around, they have all these tents, and they're all selling stuff to smoke marijuana out of. And they can sell it like bongs and stuff and pipes.
Balls.
And then I'm like, how is this legal? They was like, well, you can sell this stuff. That's disgusting.
That's what a bong
so they can
sounds
sell
like.
all that because they're not selling the drugs, but they're actually selling the drugs too. And so we're walking around. I'm like, what can I do? There's nowhere for me to shop.
Legal in 26 states.
And then this girl starts having a overdose something or other, and she just has a fit, and she falls down, and somebody else, very helpful person, comes over to help her. She's tripping is the word.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, she's out of it. And it was like, why would anybody want to take something that makes them act like that?
They're feeling the music, man.
No, she wasn't feeling the music. She was having a fit. She was like panicking and flailing and foaming, and this girl was like calming her down.
That's what you
I'm like, why? This is not fun.
That's what you do.
And it was hot.
You ever watch Pink Floyd, The Wall?
No.
You haven't? You've never seen The Wall?
Why would I?
Wow.
Is it about drugs?
Yeah, pretty
Then
much.
no, I've not seen it.
Pretty much.
The only person there that I recognized, Jack Black, was there because he's in a band called Tenacious D.
I thought that was the deodorant.
Jack Black is an actor. And he's also in a band called Tenacious D. But you couldn't even they had a tent, and you couldn't even get to see him. You had to stand like outside the tent with other. I was like, I'm never going back to another music festival again. I don't know how I got off on that.
I just said the
Oh,
word
because you
music.
called me Bonnaroo.
I just said the word music festival, and then you
I don't like that.
panicked.
Well, that makes me feel like dirty drug user.
No, I'd call you Woodstock if you were a dirty drug user.
All right. And the final little pandemic note I'm going to make.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's time to start making plans for a Zoom Thanksgiving.
Oh, come
Excuse me.
on.
Public health experts say factors like schools reopening, cold weather, holiday travel, and just fatigue from this year. And, the whole social distancing thing, people are still iffy about it. It's going to make in-person Thanksgiving risky. But then again, as your opening statement from today's podcast, Thanksgiving's happening after the election.
Yeah, it'll be
People
gone.
might suddenly be over.
I think
then.
it'll be gone by then.
Hey, we're not even going to be here for Thanksgiving. We're going to be in Mexico.
We're saying screw it.
Yeah, we're making good on our. We were going to do a podcast family vacation to Valentin Imperial in July, but that whole thing got canceled. So Alan and I are going the week of Thanksgiving. If any of y'all want to go, come on. We don't have any specials we're doing. We're not doing any group nothing. We're not doing. It's just we're going, and you're all welcome to go. Right?
Yeah. It's
Come
not.
on
It's
if you
not.
want.
It's not a scheduled
It's
thing.
not a scheduled official podcast family vacation. We're just going.
And we're not even encouraging you to go. But if you
you
were
want
to
to
go, and we would be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
We already have another couple of friends that are going to go. They're just going to happen to go too. And then actually a couple of our podcast family members are going as well.
Yeah. I can't remember who. Oh, yeah, Laura and Kay. Laura and Kay are going.
Laura and Kay.
Is Numbnuts going, or have we gotten
Jeff, I don't know.
a confirmation from him?
Numbnuts
or-
is his affectionate nickname for bad influence, Jeff.
Have we gotten a confirmation from that guy?
Not yet.
He dithers and dawdles
He waits till the last minute.
you do.
So in the meantime, while you're looking up whether you want to fly there or not, let me tell you this. What are you doing in your free time besides checking out travel itineraries? You should be playing Best Fiends.
Best Fiends.
Yes, Best Fiends.
Yes.
Challenging puzzles to solve, but not
Yes.
too terribly challenging. I'll tell you, though, I got stuck on one that took me a couple days to get past. But
Get it, babe.
I finally conquered it, and I feel good about myself.
Kill him.
With Best Fiends, you've got cute characters to collect, new
Collect
levels
'em.
added every day because people like me are playing Best Fiends, and they're just conquering those levels, and they need more. Right now, I'm in Willow Woods, level 924. And when I win this level, I'm going to earn 50 bonus carrots. Yes, I am. And right now, I've got my cute little characters, Brittle, Tantrum, Jean, Howie, and Woody. They're on my side. And when we collect enough mushrooms, leaves, and flowers, we're going to defeat that slug. And we're going to move on to level 925.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal. And you could know exactly what I'm talking about and have just as much fun if you download Best Fiends and start playing. Now, you don't have to have any internet service. You can play offline. So for a lot of people that don't have a great Wi-Fi connection, not an issue. And like I said, it's just fun. And you need a brain break every once in a while. You need to turn off the news. It's depressing. Your kids are yelling. Go do your schoolwork. Mommy needs some me time. Pull out your phone and just relax and take a little break playing Best Fiends with new monthly themed challenges. It's a great way with thousands of downloads. You need to find out how much fun I'm having and play for yourself. And maybe you'll pass me. My goal is to get to level 1,000 by the end of the month.
Get it, babe. Best Fiends has thousands of levels already with new levels, events, and characters added every month. It's hours of fun right at your fingertips, and you can even play offline. And with over 100 million downloads
Isn't
and
that crazy?
tons of 5-star reviews, Best Fiends is a must play. So download Best Fiends for free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. And remember, that's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Beat them slugs.
Kill them slugs,
Kill
babe.
them slugs.
Collect them characters.
That's what I do.
Okay.
All right, and our final bit of the night, thanks to our podcast family member, Andrea.
Are we bringing it home for Jerome?
We are. This is called hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag not an ad. So we do ads. We do ads here. We do ads on social media. And this is not an ad. These are just things that we like, that we use in our everyday life. I've picked 3 just off the top of my head.
Yep, you told me 3 too, so I just did 3. I could go on and on for days.
Well, we don't have days.
I have a lot of favorite
We don't have
things.
days. We have 5 minutes. So, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I don't care.
Okay. Well, I'll go first. My first one that I have on my hashtag not an ad list is Pixel computer glasses. You can find these at pixeleyewear.com, hashtag not an ad. They start at $75. Now, these aren't like the cheap glasses you get off the rack at a CVS. These are nice computer glasses that are blue light blocking. They look nice. You'll see Kelly wearing them if you watched the kid TV. Sometimes she'll have her glasses
Mine
on.
aren't the Pixel ones. Mine are from iBuyDirect.
Yours are from iBuyDirect. You'll see me wear the ones that are Pixel. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you wear the Pixel though.
I wear your Pixels when I can't find my iBuyDirect.
Yes, yes.
But mine are from iBuyDirect.
Well, they're blue light blocking, and they also have ones that are like cheaters. So I have ones that are cheaters that they're my readers, but they also
block the blue
light up because I'm looking at my laptop all day. I'm looking at my phone all day.
The blue blockers do make a difference in your level of eye fatigue.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
Pixeleyewear.com.
Yes.
Yeah, they're nice glasses.
You want me to go back and forth?
Yeah, sure. What's your next?
All right,
what's
so
yours?
I get a lot of questions about my skincare routine, and I really am not that fastidious about it. I make it as easy as possible, and sometimes I'm just tired. I don't want to do the full mask and wash and cleanse and all that crap. I just want to take it off and go to bed. So I love the Neutrogena face wipes, hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag not an
But
ad.
now they used to come in they still do come in like the packet that, it's like a packet of wet wipes, and then a little tub that you can keep them from drying out. But if you don't use them regularly, they can tend to dry out. Now they have the little individual packets. So they stay fresh every time, and they're so tiny. You can just throw them in your purse. You can, when I travel, if I'm going to, like when I went to a Broken Bow this weekend, I just threw just a handful of them in my makeup kit, so I don't have to take all my face washes and scrubs and all that stuff. It gets most of the makeup off. It does not get, I think this is the one that Jennifer Garner advertises, and she says like it gets off 99% of the makeup. That's not true. It doesn't get off that much makeup because it doesn't get off 100%, but it gets off enough. And I love them. So it's the Neutrogena little face wipes that come in the little individual packets now.
That's a good one. The second one I have, as much time as we spend sitting down a lot in quarantine, at home, working at home now that all this has been going on. One thing I found that's really helped me is this back stretcher. And it's available on Amazon, and it's called an EMOLY back stretcher. So if you just go to Amazon and you search for Emoli back stretcher, that's the model that Kelly and I have. But it's this.
Well, I also have it listed on my Amazon store.
Yeah. But it's not expensive. It's $18.99, and it's this thing you lay on the floor, and you put on the small of your back, and you lay on it, and there's 3 different levels you can do it on.
Start off on the lowest one, y'all.
Yeah, but it stretches your back out, and it feels so good. It pushes your back into the proper position. When you stand up, I swear I feel like I'm 3 inches taller. And it just kind of, I don't know what it does, but it like opens up the, what do you call it?
The vertebrae?
The little discs in between your vertebrae or whatever.
Something like that.
It makes your whole back feel warm.
It's just that, we're all hunched over all the time on our computers, and it just opens everything up, and you do stand up straighter when you get off of it. But, because people were asking me constantly about things I talk about that I like. There's an Amazon store. I put hashtags around store. Listen, if you want to buy it through my Amazon store, if you want to get the exact one we're talking about, I have it listed there. If you buy it there, I might make a nickel off of it. This is not a money-making thing for me.
Well, that's why the bit's called hashtag not an ad.
I know. I'm just saying. But if you want to find like those Neutrogena wipes, anything we talk about, if I can find it on Amazon, I'll link it there. That way it's easy for you to find if you can't find it at your Walmart or whatever.
This is value add content.
Yeah. But I'm not if you go to my Amazon store, it's amazon.com/shop/Kelly Raspberry.
Yeah.
Look under health and beauty. That's where you'll find those things. My next thing, and Alan, I introduced Alan to this, and he thanks me on a pretty consistent basis, and this might even be on your list of things we didn't compare lists, amlactin.
Oh, that's really great lotion. That's the only stuff I've found. Like, I get all these little bumps on my arms, guys.
My mother Price used to call them soap bumps, and
Yeah.
they're not soap bumps. But
They have a name. Dermatologists call them
yeah,
something.
it's something. I forget the word too. It's dermatitis or something. Anyway, my mother Price used to tell me it's because you don't scrub this. You leave soap on your arms. You have soap residue. You're not cleaning enough. So when I was younger, I would scrub and scrub and scrub my arms, thinking these bumps will go away, and it only made it worse.
It's because they weren't moisturized.
Yeah, and so they were irritated, and I just had these bad, horrible. And I remember one time a boy said something to me about it. I was so embarrassed. But this amlactin lotion, it has a little bit of hydrochloric acid or something, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But doesn't burn.
No,
But
it
if you
doesn't burn
use
at all.
It doesn't happen like the first 2 days you use it. But after about a week or two, you really notice those bumps were gone.
I use it every day on my arms. That's where I get these little bumps. But look at my arms. Do you see any bumps on there? See how smooth they are?
But it's
I
amlactin.
use this stuff on my arms.
And it's just a tad bit more expensive than, Jergens or whatever. But if you have those bumps and nothing else has worked, try it. Amlactin. Again, I linked it. You can find it at Walmart and Target and all that place. But if you shop Amazon, I have it there directly.
Hashtag not an ad.
Not an ad. Hashtag not an ad.
You got me the little Play School bottle this time, though.
I didn't mean to. I thought I was ordering the big bottles, and I ordered the small bottles by mistake.
When Kelly Raspberry Evans usually buys stuff, it's usually these big
Gallons.
industrial size things. She put my bottle of amlactin on my bathroom counter this time. It was this little. It looked like a little, almost like a little tea set thing.
Click the wrong size.
Like a little Play School, 3 ounces.
Sorry, babe.
No, it was fine, babe. I'm just glad I had some. And then my last one is for all you dog owners out there. Now, this would kind of be a niche thing because this would be a dog owner who has 2 dogs, like we do. A lot of people have asked me, how do you walk 2 dogs with 1 leash? Well, I have a double dog leash splitter. So I hold 1 leash, and then it goes down and it connects to the splitter. So it's on Amazon. It's called an HTJK double dog leash splitter, and it's $5.
It's on Amazon. Give it to me, and I'll link it
And it's-
on Stuff We Love, I guess.
It's no tangle. And that's how I do it. So I just hold on to 1 leash, but then the 2 dogs are connected via that splitter.
And my final thing is, I was sticking with skincare and things like that this first go round. It's Medicine Mama's Sweet Bee Magic. Now, this is a tube, and it's organic. It's a balm, and you can use it on lips. I use it under my eyes. If I have just a tiny little patch of dry skin, I just put that on it. Takes care of it. It's really great. Now it's a little bit. I don't like to use it during the day as eye cream because it is a little bit heavier, and so it might make your mascara tend to smear a little bit. But it's Medicine Mama's Sweet Bee Magic. This is the most healing ointment. If I have like a little cut or something, I'll put some of that on it, and it's like this magic healing salve that I love. So I've given it actually as gifts. I love it so much. So again, Medicine Mama's Sweet Bee Magic, and that's going to be linked on the Amazon store. That way you don't have to go looking for it if you don't have time to write it down.
I like that bit. We'll have to do that.
Hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag not an ad. We'll have to do that one again.
Yeah, more of our favorite things. And that'll be really helpful, I think, coming up with the holidays.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my voice is starting to go.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
What's up, hacky sack?
My voice is starting to go, so it's time for us to go.
Time for us to bring it home. Just real quick, we only have a little time left for you to submit your names for the smokers. So we're going to end this around September the 18th and then announce the 3 winners shortly thereafter. So email your submissions to podcast@kellyandallen.com. And we're picking 3 creative names for our 3 smokers at the new restaurant, Oaked Barbecue Restaurant. So be sure and do that.
And the winners get to go join us.
Winners get to join us and eat and drink and partake.
Yep, it's going to be a fun night. We'd love to meet you and hang out with you and enjoy some great craft barbecue, craft cocktails.
It'd be fun if we could do like the 3 winners all in one night versus like
Maybe. Well, it depends on what
Depends on
works out with
schedules.
everybody's schedule.
Depends on schedules,
Right?
yeah.
We'll make it work.
But that'd be fun if we could do that.
If we can, that'd be great.
Be
If
like a
not,
little-
we'll make it work.
Be like a little party.
And don't forget, next week we're going to be back with 2 podcasts. Hopefully, I will be of sound voice and a healthy body. This nagging cough, hopefully, I'll be done with it by then. But thank y'all for putting up with it the past couple of podcasts. But we'll be back with 2 podcasts next week, honey.
That's right, babe. All right, babe. Well, this was fun.
It was.
Love you desperately.
I love you too, but I'm going to bed now.
I love when
I'm going to go get my Neutrogena wipe, take off my makeup, and go to bed.
I love when listeners, our very best customers, give us bit ideas too. That's helpful. I like to for them to contribute and us give them what they want.
And I will try really hard to bust Allen this week and give you a Kelly claps back.
No,
I'll try really hard.
Don't do it on purpose. They need to be organic.
I guess I just haven't been. I've been too sick to clap back the past couple weeks.
I mean, nobody, makes up and then plans that they're going to say you just belch from your balls up. What am I supposed to do?
Is that your favorite one?
Say good job, babe.
Is that your favorite one?
Nobody. I mean, who says that?
Your wife.
Yes, my wife. My wife.
Love you.
All right.
Oh, now now he's getting it.
I'm dying, but I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.